morning, students. I hope you all enjoyed your weekend, but we're back in school, so put away your cell phones and please put on your thinking caps because today we are going to be talking about your purpose and how it relates to your academic and career pathway. I know we're all just freshmen in high school, but it never hurts to begin to think about your future and your future self. So let me just write those 3 words on the board. We have your purpose, which we'll be discussing, how it relates to your academic pathway, and ultimately, your career. In order to create your personal purpose statement, first you must consider your values, goals, interests, and strengths. So, for example, I value strong personal and professional relationships. Before I started teaching, I knew I wanted my career to instill the values of respect, admiration, and the inclusion of all people. My goals were to balance my personal and professional life, which, as you get older, you will understand how difficult that can become sometimes. If one area of your life is crumbling, your whole sense of self could just go out of control. Now, a lot of you may only have interests of Snapchat or Harry Styles, but please, let's broaden those teenage horizons. My interests personally include literature, film, music, and art. I enjoy conversations and debates regarding those interests. Now, after examining yourself, you can find a connection from your interests, values, and goals and relate them to a personal purpose statement. For example, my personal purpose is to educate and inspire the youth of America in the subject of literature by ways of my talents in empathy and achieving. And by doing so, I want to instill life lessons learned from the text so that students can apply them to their own lives and their future education. My need to educate and initiate scholarly discussions stem from my values, goals, and interests, and really shaped my purpose to become an educator. We're going to move on to academics. So I hope you guys are starting thinking this is a corny assignment. This isn't just a page out of your dream journal. This isn't a blog. This is a blueprint for your future. I wish in high school my English teacher made me think about my purpose. But thankfully, when I attended Valencia College, I was required to take a new student experience course, which aided me to choose an education and a career path. Now, I'm obviously standing before you all as your freshman English teacher. But before that, I was just another student like you all. First, I attended Valencia College, where I attended my AA in General Studies. When I first enrolled, I really didn't know where my education was going to take me. But after taking that new student experience course, it helped me plan out my next move in my education plan, and ultimately my career. Another great tool that Valencia offered me was a life map, which really made it easy for me to pick and choose which courses I needed to take in order to graduate and transfer to my 4-year university. I knew I loved literature and writing, and I was a strong technical and creative writer, but I didn't know how I was going to make a career out of those interests and my strengths. After deliberation, I focused on my values. I always wanted to better our society. I wanted to have strong relationships with my peers, but I also wanted to reach out to a younger generation, such as yourselves. I hope you know, as your teacher, that I love to pass on my knowledge to you all, and that I want to create a safe place for you to discover new ideas and hopefully a new side to yourself. After I graduated from Valencia, I transferred to the University of Central Florida, where I graduated with a bachelor's in art and literature. Quickly after I graduated, I obtained my license to teach in the state of Florida, which brings me to this classroom right here. Now, whether you choose to jump right into the workforce or go to a trade school or go to a 4-year university, I really want you to think about the financial cost. While attending Valencia, I was able to pay out of pocket for my tuition. I worked full-time, and yes, it was a constant struggle of studying, working, and some sleep. But with Valencia's low-cost tuition, it was better to work hard and pay the tuition with my earnings rather than take out any student loans. At the time, Valencia had a per credit hour cost of about $100, so that was really reasonable. When I transferred to UCF, the cost per credit hour almost doubled, so going from $100 per credit hour jumping up to $200 per credit hour. I was still able to pay for some of my tuition with my own earnings, but I had to take advantage of federal loans and grants. That just covered my tuition. You also have to think about books, supplies, your cost of living, how you gonna pay that rent. So please, when you are envisioning your future, please also envision the dollars that go towards it. Now, jumping past to academics to your career pathway. After I earned my BA in literature from UCF, I immediately wanted to start teaching. But first, I had to obtain my teaching certification in the state of Florida. For the first year, I had a temporary license, but after a few more courses and fees, I had an official license. I was experienced, I was certified, I was official. Before I even finished my degree, I interviewed Brittany Catu. She was also a high school teacher and gave me a lot of great information regarding the profession I desired at the time. Now for your assignment, I would like you to do the same thing. Please interview someone in a field that you might find interesting. You will gain a lot of knowledge and it will help you determine whether or not you actually think that is a good career fit for you. I asked Brittany a lot of different questions regarding her education and employment. For example, what was the most rewarding aspect of her career? What was her career path? And how did she land the job she had? What I found most helpful from our interview was the power of just casual conversation. Brittany said she got her job at her current school by simply striking up a conversation with a coworker during her summer position as a test proctor. Turns out her fellow proctor was actually a principal who was just getting some extra cash over the summer. She mentioned she needed a job, he mentioned he needed an employee, and just like that, she got the job she wanted. Sometimes a great first impression and just casual conversation could lead to a job opportunity. Brittany also informed me that a teacher needs lots of patience. Now, I love you guys, but trust me, I need more patience. I have it, but I want more. Being a teacher is demanding work. I have to create our entire year's curriculum. I have to pick and choose what to teach you, and I have to follow state guidelines. I want to focus on analysis of texts, grammar. I want to teach you guys how to conduct research for essays, how to MLA format, and how to write an essay. I'm preparing you all for your education next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. In order for me to be an exemplary teacher, I have to have stamina, confidence to get up in front of you guys, and expertise in my field. And like Brittany mentioned, I need patience, not only with you, but with your parents, with my coworkers, with my boss, and with myself. I want the best for you all, and I hope you know that I put my heart, my brain, and my tears into teaching you guys. I hope a better understanding of my personal purpose, my education, and my academic career pathway guides you into creating your own. Your first step to this assignment is to sculpt your personal purpose statement. I would like a 300-word essay by Friday on the topic. I'm here to guide you in any way possible, and you guys get into thinking right now. Let's take some notes. Thanks.